Hello, hello, and welcome to my simplest 1.14 iron farm design. I'm your host, Blends. Let's get started. Alright, this one is pretty simple. You literally only need some water, some blocks, some villagers, beds, workstations, and lava and stuff. And then this has been running for about maybe a half hour, and I've got that much already, so it is working. This one is using 200 villagers, and as you can see, they're spawning quite a bit of golems in. I'm going to show you how to build this, and I'm also going to kind of teach you how it works, and then that way you can design your own whenever you want to. Alright, so if a villager is standing right here, golems can spawn in a 16 by 16 by 6 area. So it's 8 on each direction basically. I think it might be 7 one way and 8 another way. I'm not 100% sure, but it's 6 up and down. So they can spawn on top of this block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they can spawn on the top of that block. So there's your 6 right there. So just keep that in mind when you're building it so you know exactly where you need to put the platforms. Alright, the other things you need to know is that it takes about 5 villagers to spawn a golem, because 5 villagers have to gossip when they're all hanging out together. And they decide whether or not they want a villager, and when all 5 of them say they do want a villager, one's going to spawn. Now you don't need a bunch of different platforms for them to spawn on like you did on previous versions where you'd have Iron Farm with 2 different platforms. They decide if they want one to spawn, and if there is a block around within this square here, they will spawn. So you only need 1 platform for them to spawn on. That's pretty nice. It's a lot less materials to use now. You also need to let your villagers be able to use a workstation. So this guy is a shepherd, and that's a loom. So he needs to be able to use that workstation once a day and being able to sleep once at night. Once they do that, and all 5 villagers can do that each time, you're going to be able to spawn some golems. So I've got 200 villagers in here. Yeah, there's a lot. They don't even load until you get a little closer. But yeah, like I said, this thing is running pretty good. It does take 200 villagers, so there's no getting around using a lot of villagers to get a lot of iron anymore. That's just how it's going to be. This is a good enough size where you can use probably for... I mean, it's only been running for maybe 40 minutes, and that's how much iron I've got already. So you don't need quite this much if it's just a single-player world. And real quick, since these villagers sleep about half the day, if you let them fall asleep and then you go to bed, you're going to cut about 10 minutes out, so you're going to almost double your rates. And I just let this farm run for 15 minutes, and I've got this much. So yeah, that's 1,280-ish. Maybe 13 to 2,400 per hour. If you don't AFK, you get the higher numbers. If you do AFK, you get the lower numbers. But yeah, once it gets started, it will give you a lot of iron. You could probably do something like this. Now this is the one I'm actually going to show you how to build, and I'm going to show you how to fix this from them spawning inside the beds, because that's annoying. They don't actually disappear that way. Alright, but let's get started. I'll show you how to build this. Alright, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have plenty of space. You want to kind of figure out how many you want or how big you want this before you get started on it. That way you can get all your materials together and then figure out exactly where you're going to put it, just to make it a lot easier on yourself so you don't have to keep running back and forth grabbing stuff, things like that. And then to start building the iron farm, I start with my killing chamber first. So I'll put down the chest, and then I'm going to put, oops, not on that side, I'm going to put the killing chamber here. So I'm just going to do 3 by 3 with hoppers leading all into the chest there, and then I'm just going to go around the side here. Then the killing chamber, you want it at least probably about 3 high, so I want to go up to there. I'm just going to go all the way around the back. You can do this any kind of blocks you want, just make sure they are non-flammable, or you have fire spread turned off, because you are going to be using lava for this. That's the easiest way to kill golems, and you don't want to burn your entire base down just because you forgot to do that. Alright, I also like to put a little cap on it there and put glass here. If you use glass, and you can easily get into your chest still, so that's no big deal at all. Alright, and then the easiest way to do the killing chamber is to put some signs on the bottom. You don't need to write anything like I did there. I always do that when I'm trying to walk and do this at the same time. Alright, put your signs in there. If you crouch and click on the sign, you'll just place it in front of it, just like that. Alright, that's all you need, and then 1 bucket of lava can go right in the middle and the back, and that is going to be your killing chamber. So it's a lava blade. When the golems fall in there, they're going to just take damage till they die, and they're ingots and their flowers are going to fall right into those and go right into that chest. Alright, so next thing you want to do is figure out how you're going to push your golems into this killing chamber. Now, I like to use water because it's super easy, and then water flows in 8 each direction, so if you hit it there, it's going to go 8 blocks that way, right? Get rid of that one. Alright, so what you want to do is, starting on the current block right here, you want a total of 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you just want to, whoops, not that far. Just want to build that around. So they're going to, if I can get in there, there we go. Alright, you just want to make sure that you have enough space in there. So the water that's placed right here is going to flow right here and not go into that lava and turn it into either cobblestone or obsidian. Alright, so you also don't want your golems to be able to jump out when they're in there, so you're going to want to put glass blocks around. I like using glass for 2 reasons. 1, golems can't, or other mobs can't spawn on it. And 2, you can see what's going on in your farm here. Alright, so you just want to put at least 2 wide all the way around just so they can't jump up. Alright, next thing you want to do is, see, you actually don't need these because you want your golems to fall into this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll leave that one there. That's where my workstations are going to end up going. We know from that little thing right there that they spawn 8 each side. So if your villagers stand on this block, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can spawn all the way over to here. Alright, so this block, they can't spawn on glass, so you want to make sure it's a solid block. You can use slabs if you want to. In fact, I'll do it in slabs just so you can see it. Let me find a slab quick. Alright, so in slabs, you make sure you want to do it on the top, not on the bottom. They will not spawn on this, but they will on that one. So get rid of that one. And then for your water, you want it to run all the way up to here, so you need to go 8 blocks just like you did on that layer down there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is where you can go up 1. Alright, so water will fall off of that one and run on this one and go all the way over to there. Alright, so this one, in order for the water to fall off, has to be 7 at the most. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so you can continue that just doing 7 layers all the way back. I've got plenty of them right there. Oh look, you see a golem floating down there right now. But yeah, so you can go as high as you want there, but remember, they only spawn in these 6 blocks right here. So you want to make sure that you can only go, how far back did I go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers. But that's, let's see, they can spawn on this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they can spawn on that block. That's 7. So you can go 7 layers higher at the max for that. And then you want to figure out where you want to put your beds. We're only going to make this 2 layers high, so I'm just going to fill this in real quick. Alright, so what has happened in here is this is where your golems are going to go, but you want to make sure that the golems don't walk off the edge, so you want to make sure you go at least 2 high with glass blocks so nothing can spawn and the golems can't spawn on top of it. So you want to go all the way around the edge. Since it's too high, we're just going to stop right there and just go around the corner this way. And I like to go forward 1 more just in case they try to jump off. I don't think I've never seen one do that, but it's possible. Alright, so we're going to do it like that. Now this part is completely done. If you want to, you can go ahead and throw your water in there. If you've used slabs, do not put your water on this because it's going to shoot out the bottom instead of on the top. You want to aim at the blocks in the back. So you just put the 4 on each side there. That's going to run all the way down to here. And on this one you can put your water just on those sides there, and it's going to run all the way over there. There you go. Your spawning platforms are completely done. All you need to do is now add your workstations and beds, and then get your villagers in there. So your villagers, since they have to stand on this level in order to spawn on these levels here, you need to make sure that you count which level or which area they can spawn in. Since we only have two levels that they're platforms that they're going to spawn, we don't need to really worry about it because that's pretty simple to do the math on that one. So let's have the workstations on top of this block. Go all the way back, and then see. Workstation is going to be there, so I'm going to go down 2 like that. So the beds are going to be here. Oops, got rid of the wrong one. So beds are 2 wide, so you need 2 of those. You're just going to go back up to the top there. Let's try that again. There we go. Alrighty. So your workstations will be on this one, your beds will be on this one. Then you just bring that all the way back. Alright, got all that done. Now you just want to make sure that your golem or your villagers don't walk off the edge here and kill themselves in that lava. So you just put glass around it. Don't need to go out there. And do the same thing back here, just put some glass around this level here. Alright, now go ahead and put in your workstations. I think the loom is pretty easy because it's just 2 planks and 2 strings, and if you're going to have a huge iron farm like this, chances are you've already made yourself a mob farm, so getting that much string isn't that going to be that hard. So you just put your workstations in like this. Alright, do them on each side. If you do one on each spot, you're going to have your bed. That guarantees that you have enough workstations for all your villagers. And then on top of each one of these workstations, you want to put glass just to make sure that nothing spawns on top of them. I don't think they can spawn on there, but I've seen some golems spawn in some awkward spots, so we're just going to cover them up just to make sure they can't spawn on the glass. Alright, got that done. Now your villagers are not going to be able to escape, and nothing's going to be able to spawn on top of those. You need to just put in your bed now. Just do beds all the way across. All you need to do is get your villagers in here, and your mob farm is completely done. So let me cheat since I'm on creative mode, and pretend I had a village breeder, which is super easy to make now in this update, so you can check out my other video for that if you want to. And you just put in as many villagers in as you have beds and workstations. And at night, they will sleep. And then during the day, they're going to use their workstation. Then they're going to be able to start gossiping and spawning in some golems. See, each one of those turn into the craft. Oh, I just made a baby. I don't want a baby in there. Get out of here, baby. Alright, shepherd. That's it. The loom has a shepherd. Alright. That's it. That's your entire mob farm right there, or iron golem farm actually. That's it. That's all you need to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn this into night. Set night, just to make sure that they all go to sleep. Oh, he fell out and he's dead. Maybe we should put some more glass underneath here just to make sure. See over here, everybody's sleeping? Everybody was earlier, and there's still a few. This is a bug that's been happening. I don't really know how to fix it. But yeah, most of them are sleeping, so you'll still get some good numbers out of there. Alright, let's turn it back to daytime, and they'll all pop up, and golems will start to spawn. Probably not going to be that many because I didn't let them work the whole day. Got one there so far. I just built this one right before I started this tutorial, so only got one golem in there so far that we saw earlier. It takes a little while for them to start, but it is working, as you can tell. Alright, real quick, I've been letting this run for a little bit, but one thing that's going to help is if you get rid of all the blocks underneath the beds, because some golems were spawning on top of the beds. They're not supposed to, but I got rid of all the blocks underneath it, and now all of them are spawning on this thing right here. And as you can see, it's working pretty good. Alright, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment about any other builds you would like to see. See you later.